Good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Mach-1 Performance Cup Series presented by Full Throttle Television. We're here in the Irish Hills of Michigan, Tony. Beside me, Tony Solari calling the action tonight. And Fast and Furious racing here at Michigan Speedway, 2 Mile Oval. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fast cars out here tonight. A lot of competition, but everybody's kind of on edge. This is the season finale.
Yeah, Michigan. I mean, it kind of feels like, I don't know how to feel. With Auto Club being gone, this is our only 2 mile oval now. So it's like, we used to have 2 tracks a year where we were able to, go to the various places and be like, hey, these are somewhat similar. But now with Auto Club gone, all we have left is Michigan. And it looks like a nice, clear, dry day opposed to what they had yesterday. And I honestly didn't even watch the race today. I completely forgot I was on.
Yeah, it is clean, clear, dry. These guys looking for a nice day here, actually, in Michigan in the game, opposed to the fog that we sometimes get. But yeah, they're going to be on track and dealing with some warm conditions out there, which is going to make the cars handle maybe even a little bit worse than overcast conditions. You got a bright sunny day like this. And again, we were talking about how on edge these cars are everywhere we go, especially here because you're going 200 miles an hour plus into the corners here, and any little slip up can lead to disaster.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is almost a super speedway, but not necessarily. It's kind of like a super speedway and a mile and a half kind of combined. Obviously, that would make the 2 mile, the 2 mile variant. But yeah, they're hitting high speeds, and yeah, we know what this car does, and hopefully we won't see too much of that tonight. Usually they run a little bit better on a bigger track, but we'll see. Everybody so far in practice looked pretty clean, and they're out there doing their Q laps right now, and just looking at the board, seeing anybody strikes me as of yet. We still got maybe about, I don't know, 7 or 8 guys that have taken some time so far.
Yeah, we mentioned that this being the season finale, the B season is wrapping up tonight. This is the last chance for some of those guys to make it, points wise as far as B season goes. We got a whole nother story to cover though, as the playoffs loom over. You got 2 more races after this, really, for the playoffs to start. But Nathan Biggert has kind of been the story all season. He's kind of wrapped up the championship this week. Not gonna, or actually, last week. He's not even here this week. So interesting situation. 55-point difference between him and Richie Coy in second, and with no Nate here, Richie looking to make up some points.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to have enough to actually seal the deal, but yeah, it definitely puts a little bit of pressure off him. But still, Richie's going to have to perform himself. I mean, there's a lot of other good guys in the field right now. I know there's a new team. Jeff Chandler and Sean Paris, along with Nate Biggert, created their new team, and so there's going to be a little bit of competition over there. They got a good crew.
Yeah, this qualifying's wrapping up here. These guys getting their final laps in so far. And look who's at the top right now. We got a couple of pseudo teammates, I guess, with Lane Allen and Sherwood Williford on the front row right now. Lane Allen holding down the pole right now.
Yeah, Lane's got a pretty good lap going. He's about almost a 10th quicker than Sherwood right now too, and it just shows you that those two, they're both really good at tracks like this, and yeah, they're showing their strength right now. Former teammates, but you almost gotta wonder too if they're, conversing in the back rooms.
Give me just a second. I need to fix this for you guys. One small tweak.
And hit the barrels and it ended his night, unfortunately.
All right, we're back in shape here. Just waiting for qualifying to finish up here. Guys taking their last laps, and it looks like that lap is going to stick for Lane Allen, which is really, really good.
I believe it's first pole of the year for Lane. It's a
Well,
hell of a run.
I'll tell you this: as far as Lane Allen goes, you put him on a track with a lot of speed. For some reason, he really does well. Super speedways, he's always been known for a good super speedway racer, especially at Daytona for whatever reason. And the speeds are showing here tonight with him grabbing this pole. I believe we're done. So let's
Yeah.
get to your starting lineup here.
Yeah, if you got it, well, here, I'll tell you who we got. We got Lane Allen on pole. We got Sherwood Williford on the outside. Second row, we got Richie Coy and Ben Tracy. Third row, you got Nick Dugan and James Wallace. Fourth row, starting seventh, you got Wayne Grossi and then Colin Gum. And then ninth, Kyle Milliken. And then 10th, Joshua Johnson.
Starting in 11th spot, the 9 of Colby Meese. And beside him is going to be TJ Bartell starting mid-pack. 13th is going to be Dave Nestor. 14th is going to be Brian Dublé. Starting in 15th is Jamie Knopf. And beside him is going to be newcomer Shane Parrish. Shane had a great run last week. We'll see if he can keep it together and get that finish he deserves tonight. 17th is going to be the 31 of Jeff Chandler. 18th is going to be Daniel Simmons in the 06. Starting 19th is going to be Ryan Hedrick. 20th is going to be James Torrey. 21st, Rob Tracy. 22nd, Brandon Elder. And Alan Crowell will round out the 23-car starting field.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what to expect in this race. We got a lot of players. We got a lot of strong guys. Looks like in the back of the field right now too. And you got Lane and Sherwood up front. And yeah, like you said earlier, they are, they're pretty stout at tracks like this. So I mean, I don't know. I think we're going to see a pretty fun race though.
Absolutely. Looking forward to a great race, a fun race. Remember, our stage break tonight is lap 30. So we'll be looking at the 30 lap mark for a little break for these guys. Everybody racing in lap 30, get their stage points. Last stage points of the season for Season B. Again, Season C starting up next week. Gotta say that we're looking forward to having Victory Fuel as the sponsor for the series next season. Look forward to having them on board. Remember, Victory Fuel. Go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off of your order. And enjoy some Victory Fuel. They got the new flavor out, Tony. They got that purple potion out. Still haven't tried it. Still want to, though.
Yeah, I know. I honestly haven't tried any of the flavors. So, maybe one of these days, if I ever find myself in Victory Lane, I'll get a 4-pack. If not, I actually got to shell out the money for it. But I know that we have a code, don't we?
Yeah, code FTSR.
FTSR, and you get 10% off. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe I could get mom and dad if they're out there watching. Buy me some.
All right, pace cars off. We're ready to go racing here at Michigan Speedway. Down the front stretch, waiting for the restart zone, waiting for the green flag. And there it is, and we are underway for the Michigan 250 here.
Yeah, and the restart looks pretty good too. Nothing too dramatic. Lane got out a decent run though. He starting to pull away a little bit.
Oh, 3 different lines through 1 and 2. You see the front 3 taking 3 different lines down the back stretch, getting the speed up. And another thing you're going to see a lot is the draft. You want to be in the draft on these straightaways. So you want to get in line down the front and back stretch. Lane does so. He pulls his teammate around on the outside for second. The battle is for second, though, between Sherwood Williford and Richie Coy.
Yeah, Richie's trying to make something working on the inside right now, and it just doesn't seem like, this outside lane really prevails and gets you a lot of run and keep that speed up and the RPM up. And it looks like you got Sherwood getting in front of him now, too. Sherwood looks like he's getting ready to take the lead.
Yeah, side by side for the lead. Sherwood Williford ducked to the inside of his friend there, Lane Allen, down the backstretch. But you see how those guys line up on the outside, and now Ben Tracy's going to sneak in there in third and try to work his way towards the front here, 2 by 2 for the first 4 positions.
Yeah, I was going to say too, we're talking about the top 3, and then we got to figure Ben Tracy's in that top 4 pack. I mean, really the top 4 kind of made a breakaway, and right now Ben Tracy's fighting for second. He might dip low and try to get the lead here. But you can see too, Sherwood went down to the low, went low to make the pass, but then because he stayed down there too much, Lane was still able to hold that first place spot at this point. Just stand on the outside. The outside's got a lot of momentum, and that's where you'd really want to be in this track. If your car can stay there, which in theory it should be able
to. Into turn 3, Lane Allen continuing to lead here. Sherwood Williford second, Ben Tracy in third, Richie Coy in fourth. Everybody just getting their bearings, letting their tires come up to temp, and trying to hang on here to get their car where they want it to be. Now we see Sherwood Williford jump to the outside through 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like Sherwood's trying to make that outside line go again. Everybody singled out the top 7 or so, kind of singled out. And it's kind of now, well, it's fun to single out and ride around, but if you want to get moving, you got to make a move. And that outside line was open, and it worked out for Sherwood. He was able to clear lane, and now he's leading this thing, and he went right back to the outside.
He got a good run down the backstretch, pulled out and make the pass into 3. Sherwood Williford will come to line and lead his first lap here in Michigan.
We got a 3-way action right now with Wayne Grassi, Colton Gum in the middle of the sandwich with Josh Johnson right now, and they're actually a little 3 wide behind. They are, what are we looking at? Yes, 7th, 8th, and 9th right now. They kind of broke up a little bit. Kind of cleared out. It looked like Wayne was able to win that battle, which is wild because Wayne was on the inside, and now he was able to cut across everybody and get his way back up to the top side of the track, and he cleared that group. There's a lot of cars going all over the place right now. It's fun to watch.
You're going to have that here, like they're 3 wide again back there for about 8th position. You're going to have that a lot here, though, because, like I said, the draft is so important. You get side by side, you slow each other down. Here comes a third person to take advantage. We saw Bubba Wallace do that in the race here. Well, I guess on Sunday, the Sunday part of the race. And, yeah, you could definitely do that. You could draft up on guys that are side by side and just blow right by them and make you look like a hero.
Yeah, well, the track is so wide, too. I mean, it kind of does give you a little bit of room to move around as well. And, the nature of the draft of the track. But, I'm watching some of the guys in the back, and, I'm looking at like a Jeff Chandler right now who's running a 22nd. He's probably just, biding his time, waiting for the stage. Doesn't have to really worry about stage points. Come on strong after that first caution. Maybe preparing, waiting for a caution, just because things are a little spicy mid-pack. And, you never know what could happen, especially with these cars.
I see James Wallace making a move on the 7 of Grassi, or trying to. Yeah, that's just tough to complete that pass sometimes. And, these guys, you were talking about the width of the track. Yeah, you see guys using all kind of lines. You see the 57 up against the wall through 3 and 4. You get some guys right around the bottom, some guys sneaking through the middle. You can really use all of this track, and I think that's what a lot of guys like about this track is there's so many options when you get to the corner.
Well, about 2-3 laps ago, Kyle Milliken, I don't think he hit the wall, but he was right. I mean, probably a paper off of it, and he's been trying to get that high line to work on him. And you can see him. He's probably the highest on the track right now when you're getting around there. Oh, I see Josh Johnson right now getting up there.
Battle for second now. The 8 of Lane Allen under attack from the 35 of Ben Tracy. Been using that high side, trying to keep that momentum. You see the 1 of Sherwood Williford pulling down to give the 8 a little bit of a tow, keeping those guys side by side, going into 1. You can't kind of play games in the mirror if you're watching.
Well, when you're leading like that, you got to watch. You never know what's going to happen behind you, and you always want to kind of defense. But is it too early to defend right now? I mean, we're not even at lap 10. We've still got, I don't even know how many laps we got, 125 laps. So it's like, we got a stage still coming up, another 20 laps. I mean, it's real early, but, do you want to go for the gusto right now?
Well, these guys have kind of pulled away the top 5 or so in a line. Sherwood Williford with Tracy, Allen, Coy, and Grassi in tow. And then you got James Wallace back there leading the second group.
Well, if you look at that second pack too, they were 3 wide, 4 wide, 2 wide, 1 wide. I mean, they are dicing it up back there, which is it's kind of probably slowing down the entire pack. Is it hurtful? Not necessarily for them right now, just because there's so many strength and numbers down there. But those lead cars need to kind of get their stuff together if they want to catch that main pack.
Yeah, they're still racing side by side up front, which is going to allow that pack to catch them. Possibly if that pack can get organized behind them, but nobody's willing to ride right now. We are 2x2 for the first 2 rows. Sherwood Williford under attack from Ben Tracy on the outside. And here comes Richie Coy looking to pick up the pieces as Lane Allen comes off the corner on the inside of the 35.
Yeah, Richie's kind of been laying back. Kind of surprised at some of his moves right now. He's just kind of back there chilling in fourth right now. Doesn't look like, just staying with the pack really. And it's probably a smart move. I'm more concerned about this backpack. They really got to kind of, remember, it's lap 11, lap 12. I mean, yeah, you got a stage coming up, but, you do this in the next stage, this is not going to work out for a lot of you.
You see Shane Paris actually has moved to the 6th spot, up 10 positions already. We'll see if he can make his way to the front, maybe have a night like he had at Richmond. Sherwood Williford right now, they're going the wrong way. Currently in 4th position, dropping to 5th position now, as Richie Coy is going to go for the lead here in turn 3.
Look like Sherwood. Some of these guys look like they got stuck on the inside line, just the way the cycling goes through, and it just that outside line. You get a good run, and it prevails. And we got Kyle Milliken spinning on the infield right now. Not exactly sure what happened. He looks like he's going to make it. No caution. Didn't look like he actually hit anything.
He's sitting on the track there, but nobody's coming. Spins it around, and he's going to get it going. Well, maybe. Having some issues there. This car does not want to take off. He's going to get it going now. We are going to stay green here. Richie Coy leads. Ben Tracy, Lane Allen, Wayne Grossi, and Sherwood Williford right now.
Well, I'm watching it right now, and let me tell you, that was a bit of a N, and ends at Etcode, and yeah, he got a little loose. Him and the 12 had a little bit of that, computer touching, and yeah. Hey, Kyle did a great job of saving it though. Put him right back on the track, and at least he didn't hit anything. He's still in it. Just just got to make it to the stage, and he's all right.
Let's go back and look at that, get a better shot. Coming off the corner, 12, 42 through the grass. He does gas it up, keep it off that inside wall, through victory lane, and back on the track. What a ride. That's a Danny Hamlin ride right there.
Well, I guess you could credit the iRacing grass physics. I know not too long ago they put in something where the actual grass will slow you down a little bit more, and hell, he was probably coming in there at 170 miles an hour, 180 miles an hour, and yeah, for him to get it woed down and not hit anything, good job on him. And he didn't get stuck in the grass too, so I mean, he was able to drive away. If he got stuck in the grass, then it would have been a worse night for him. But
still battling up front. Lane Allen back to the point. Richie Coy on the bottom. Here comes the one of. No, that's the 7 of Wayne Grossi and the 35 of Ben Tracy. All battling for that second spot. And here comes the 66 of Parrish on the inside of the 1 of Sherwood Williford as they make contact off turn 2.
No, I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and take a look here. But, wow.
So that second group has caught the lead group as Shane Parrish goes by the 1 of Sherwood Williford, now looking by this at the back of the 7 of Wayne Grossi. Williford going the wrong way now.
Yeah, it looked like that contact that him and Shane had, it looked like he did get tapped up on the wall a little bit. And I don't know. I really couldn't count any fault on either one at that point.
Or it's a little bit of contact off turn 2 again with the 12 of Nick Dugan and the 1 of Sherwood Williford. And made a little contact getting into the corner. This will be the caution, or a caution on lap 17. Sherwood Williford gets turned around off turn 2 by the 12 of Nick Dugan.
Yeah, I was able to see that one too. Yeah, Nick just kind of touched his rear quarter panel there and kind of turned him. And yeah, I don't know. Sherwood really couldn't have gone anywhere else. So he was straight up in the upper groove, and Looked like he was able to save it all right.
Coming off the corner. And Sherwood was a little bit low, not exactly on the wall coming off the corner. And the 12 of Dugan was there as well. Just two guys going for the same spot off the corner, apparently. And it resulted in the one going around. That's contact 2 laps in a row off turn 2. I'm sure Sherwood's a little hot right now. I would be too.
Yeah, for sure. But I know I could tell you somebody who's probably happy that happened, and that's Kyle Milliken, because he was getting ready to go almost a lap down, and so it's good.
That's true.
I'm sure he's happy to be on the lead lap now. So and Sherwood didn't get any too much damage, so he's probably in good shape too. So I think we're going to be all right. I think everybody's going to be all right, is what I'm saying. We're going to get another fun restart though, with a little 12-lap shootout or 10-lap shootout.
Yeah, let's see if anybody pits. Richie Coy's going to come in for tires. Interesting. And then you got James Wallace, Brian Dublé, Colby Meese, TJ Bartell, some of the others back there as well, opting to pit under this caution.
Yeah, I'm going to see if anybody's actually really going to take a set of tires at this point. I mean, I don't know if that would be the strategy I'd go with right now. You know, you want to top off or...
Listen, if you're Richie Coy and you come down just for fuel, I'm going to question that, because unless, he knows something we don't is about making it on fuel, you've got to have some advantage coming in. You didn't want to give... I mean, he was the 3rd spot or something. And come down here and he's going to be no better than 11th coming out.
Yeah, with stage points being so valuable, and like I said, I'm not really 100% sure how they, points are working out for him. But yeah, he did take 4, and hopefully this little strategy is going to work out for him. I mean, he's going to have about 10 laps to, try to get back up there. And stage points right now for him, I think, would be the main concern. I don't know if he's even in striking distance to Nate, but I would imagine every little bit helps, right?
Well, listen, sure, Tony, we're going to go to a quick commercial so I can fix some of the cameras to have a little bit better angle. So we're going to do that. We'll be right back, you guys, in just a second. And we are back. And sorry, apologize for that, but we want to give you guys the best view possible around the track. We had some camera issues, and we've got them sorted out. And we are getting ready to go back racing. Tony, we are doubled up through 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, pace car lights are off, and they are getting all ready to go.
Lane Allen's going to continue to lead that inside line. He is currently your leader, the 35 of Tracy on the outside. You got Grassi, Parrish, and Dugan, your top 5. Dugan, that contact with the one, we're going to see if he had any issues with damage here. Coming to the restart zone, green flag's out, and we are back underway. And looks like the 7 of Wayne Grassi having a little bit of an issue getting up to speed, and maybe a little connection issue there, but got it sorted out, and we are back underway.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching everybody right now. I'm looking at Richie Coy in particular too. He did start back in 11th, and he should be the first guy out there with some fresh tires. Him and Kyle Milliken. Oh, Kyle Milliken just gets turned by a 57.
We've got all kind of carnage back here. Cars on the apron. Everybody keeps it going straight, though.
No
Somehow.
caution.
And Richie Coy involved in that as well.
I know that's definitely what he did not want to see. I was watching it live, and yeah, I mean, that kind of screwed up his strategy for sure.
Meanwhile, we almost have a 3-wide battle for the lead going back up front. We'll look at that in a minute. But Ben Tracy now to the point with Lane Allen and Shane Parrish side by side for second.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Shane Parrish and Nick Dugan. I mean, these guys are the top movers of the night here. Both of them started towards the rear of the field, and I mean, the caution did help them, but man, they're top 5 right now and looking strong.
We got to look now and see who's the top guy with tires now. I think maybe Ryan Hedrick in the 47 with the freshest tires up front right now.
Yeah, I'm watching a few guys too getting a little impatient, bumping some other guys, and I don't know if this is really a bump draft track, but you know, some guys might not be really ready or wanting it. I guess that's the question. That's the words I'm saying.
It's not consensual. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, well, you know, sometimes you know, wine me, dine me a little bit first, you know.
Down the back stretch, Ben Tracy leading Lane Allen, but looking at this group back here behind them, they're trying to sort out and see who's going to go forward. I know Wayne Grassie's being pushed around a little bit. He's on those older tires, and some of these newer tire guys are saying, "Let's go." And
yeah, he was the one that I say. I guess we could say he was being. Well, we'll keep it clean for YouTube, but he was being touched lately. Yeah, you know, and I mean, it's one of those things too. Yeah, okay, you didn't take tires. Yeah, okay, you might be a little slower, but you know, I don't be roughed up. Sometimes you just don't want to be roughed up. Exactly, too, because you don't know if you know, you don't know what the other guy's handling is like, you know, and if he's already loose, you're going to bump him. You know, that could be devastating for the two of you. I'm watching a few guys too. Daniel Simmons, he is slideways like you can't believe. So I mean, I'm curious to know when the actual tire fall off is, but some of these guys are looking mighty loose.
Some of these guys are looking very, very out of control right now with these older tires. I don't know if it was a tire cycle, the heat cycle on the tires. I don't know. But looking kind of rough right now. But we have Jamie Knopf entering the battle here in third. You got the battle for the lead right now. It's the 8 of Lane Allen looks to the inside of the 35 of Tracy. Once again, those guys going back and forth up front.
It's good to see Lane out up front for this long, too. I mean, he's been having a rough season, and, yeah, just holding in there. Some other guy that I just like, where did he come from? And we got another where did he come from that just showed up. We got Brian Dublé right now fighting for 9th position, getting 2 wide with, or going 3 wide now with the 12 and Daniel Simmons. And then Josh Johnson up in 5th place right now and just looking strong.
Yeah, lap 26 of 125. Remember, our stage caution's in 4 laps, and these guys are getting at it.
And we get together.
There you go. Off turn 2, the 48, the 57, the 66 involved. Lots of guys involved, and back there even farther.
Yeah, that had to be the curse right there.
Brandon Elder involved. Yeah, it's a mix of new tires and old tires. Some of them can keep it in their pants, and there you go. We got a caution, and that's going to be the stage as well.
Yep. Wow, did you see that camera shot? I'm watching the replay, and I'm watching the bumper bouncing around like right in your face. That's great. Good job on the cameras there, Brody.
Yeah, let's get back and see what started that. We'll look from here. Going out the corner, 3 wide. The 66 just crowds the 57 and the 48. Around he goes. Around the 57 goes. And then guys behind getting collected. We'll actually ride along with Brandon Elder in the 97.
Yeah, he was coming on strong. Looked like he had some new tires as well. And a little bump there. I didn't see if he hit the wall, though.
Just happens right there in front of him, into the 66, hard into the inside wall, and that's what does all the damage to the 57. That's what sends his bumper flying. Man. But yeah, it just looked like they come off the corner 3 wide, and I don't think the 66 knew they were 3 wide. And that was that. But that will end the stage and give the stage win to Ben Tracy in the 35, Lane Allen in the 8, finishing second, Brian Dublé third, Jamie Knopf and Daniel Simmons running out your top 5 for the stage.
Wow. We're just about a fifth through with this too. So I mean, I hope we don't see too much more of this. These guys are going to have to, they weren't relaxed in the first, 20 laps. I mean, what's the rest of this race going to be like?
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess this track though does promote it though. We were talking. It's high speed. It's drafting.
Yeah, but
it's wide.
It is, Tony. But I see a lot of people throwing blocks, throwing haymakers, diving in the corner, off somebody's nose. Just there's a lot of impatience, and that's this is what you're going to get when you drive like that. Eventually, it's not going to work out for you, and that's what we saw of turn 2. I think is. The 66, I guess, didn't know they were 3 wide. Comes up on the 57, who had nowhere to go because the 48 was already in the wall, honestly, coming off turn 2. And, when you're 3 wide, you got to leave room for 3 cars. If you don't, guess what? That ain't going to work.
Yep. Yeah, I guess, what do they say? With great tire comes great responsibility or something like
I don't, yeah, sure. That sounds... Great tires come great responsibility. Another one from Tony Solari.
Well, I mean,
that's true though. I mean, you're absolutely right. Well, I'll say responsibility. You got to show a great opportunity, but you got to have patience with them too. I mean, of course, patience was running out. The stage was coming too, so I understand. But
it could be having them. It could be like having beer muscles too. I mean, it could go either way. It's like either you got to have the responsibility or you're just like, well, hey, I got beer muscles right now and I'm just going to start getting in there. And, I don't know. I can't see it lasting though. I can't see, but I'm looking at the front row right now. We got a hell of a shakeup. We got TJ Bartell leading the pack right now. Sherwood Wilford's on his outside. And then you got Jeff Chandler, who we haven't really talked about much. Apparently he's feeling under weather. Hey, Doyle. But yeah, he's running in 3rd right now, and then you got Lane Allen, our pole sitter. He's 4th right now.
Yeah, Dole. Sorry, I haven't checked chat, but I'm sure you're out there. Good to have you along. And yeah, he's saying that Jeff is under the weather, so hopefully he gets feeling better. Hopefully, running good will make him feel better. He's currently 3rd. That's looking good so far. But yeah, TJ Martell currently your race leader.
And TJ's no slouch at a track like this too. He really enjoys these 2-milers and these bigger tracks, and these are good tire mising tracks too, because you usually got to run full out throttle, but there is a bit of tire strategy saving involved in a track like this, and that always helps.
Coming to the green here, lap 29.
Well, no, we got lights on still.
Okay, we're gonna run one more.
So that puts us back at lap 30. So we've got 55 laps to go. Can we make it on fuel? Do we have 52 laps of fuel?
Well, as some of the guys are coming down to top off, it looks like on this one to go. So they'll have a few more laps than some of the other guys. So if you can make it, these are the guys that are going to be able to make it.
Well, I just did a quick look, and it said I had 87 laps. That doesn't sound about right, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's either going to be if it stays green, it's going to be another one stopper.
I think they can go about 50 laps. So
that's what I would assume too. But
I think the real guys win about 50 laps. So that's what I'm basing that off of. We'll see if that's accurate, but yeah, I don't. They at least got one more stop in them, I believe.
Yeah, well, if we do get obviously we're going to have one pit stops, but if we have no cautions, if they do stay green for whatever reason, we're going to have a very tight pit window, which is going to make things a little interesting. Not going to be able to play a lot of strategy with a lot of these guys. But yeah, we're getting there. Lights are off now. Their pace cars entering middle of 3 and 4. They're going to be moving along here any second.
Yeah, Sherwood Williford back up towards the front. I know he's had his share of struggles with the 12, with the 66, which actually the 66, that's the second wreck I think the 66 has been involved in, if I'm remembering correctly. No, it was the It was the 12 that turned him. Anyway, we're going back racing here at Michigan. Green flag's out. We're back underway. These guys up to speed lap 30. Now lap 31 in the books of 125 here in Michigan.
TJ gets a good restart. Looks like Jeff giving him a little push, a little encouragement maybe. And yeah, they kind of took away off of Sherwood, but we know how that outside line runs, and he's got his pseudo teammate Lane Allen behind him. So let's see if they could get that outside line moving.
Side by side for the lead between the 31 of Chandler and the 20 of TJ Bartell. Sherwood Williford inches up. Nick Dugan right there on the inside as well.
Looks like Jeff's going to take the lead here. If he might pull up right now.
And he will. He'll take it away from the 20 of, at least at the line, but here comes the 20 of TJ Bartell back to the outside.
Yeah, but Jeff gets the credit for that lap. Yeah, he's being nice. Just I'm waiting for him to move up unless he really likes that low line. But I think that outside line where TJ's at's going to do. And there he goes. He gets right in front of him. We got another spinner. Looks like Josh Johnson, caution out.
Now, Alan Crowell, I think, is the one around on the back stretch. And he gets it righted again, and caution is out.
Oh, it was another red car. I was watching from a far view, so my apologies.
They do look kind of similar to 54 and 57 this week. Let's see what happened to Allen. Going through 3 and 4. 3 wide again off turn 2. Contact with the 7, and that looked really odd. It turned the 54 right around, but trying to make it 3 wide off the corner. Wayne kind of pinching him down because he had a car on the outside, and maybe a little net code between the cars, and it did send that 54 around really quick.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of bounce that was there, I would say it was probably a little bit of net code, but this is that, pick your battles. We got a lot of racing to go.
And I'll say it's tough battling back there in the pack for sure. Everybody trying to get everything they can. It's always tough battling through the pack there. But yeah, I mean, you got a long way to go. You got some tires. You got to get up to temperature too. Sometimes that helps. But it's not going to help riding around under caution.
Nope. But good kudos to Alan Cromwell. It didn't look like he didn't hit anything. Just kind of scuffed up the tires a little bit.
Yeah,
he's going in. Yeah, it looks like he's going in, get a little damage fixed. But the car looks pretty clean for the most part. Just watching who else we got. We got Robert Tracy on pit road. We got Jamie Knopp on pit road. And then we got Daniel Simmons on pit road as well. Looks like some guys are just getting in some fuel. Which is probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, looking at the points battle for the playoffs, we've got, after this race, we'll have 2 races to go. Josh Johnson, currently the first guy on the outside looking in. Colton Gum in 16th. Those guys only 5 points apart. And then you got Lane Allen right above Colton Gum. Dublé in front of him, and then behind Joshua Johnson on the outside is Sherwood Williford and Ryan Hedrick. So it's a close battle there, right there on the bubble for the playoffs. A lot of these guys are involved in our storylines this week, and it could shift one way or the other. And we still have 2 races after this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at the top 4 right now. All 4 of them can use a win. All 4 of them are good drivers, deserve a good position, deserve a good finish, and I mean, it could happen for any of them. All 4 are showing some really good strength tonight, and have been running really good so far. They just got to stay out of the business, and I guess maybe up front is probably where you want to be right now, because it looks like a lot of the mayhem's going on mid-pack.
I like some of Dole's sayings in the chat. Position by attrition. That is a great one. I love that one. Position by. Yep. I've witnessed it a lot through my career, but I've never actually found the words to put it that concisely, and that's a great way to put it. And he also says, guys, we got to calm down. We got to settle down. This is not Carb Cup. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. And we need to settle down, get into a groove, do a little racing, and kind of let things settle out.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, with the amount of mayhem we've already seen, we only got 2 cars actually look like they're actually knocked out where they're still getting repairs fixed, and that would be Brandon Elder and Brian Dublé. So it's just like, we got plenty of laps. Just sort your stuff out, get a long run going, get these tires, get some tire wear happening. Just have a good race. Be smart about it.
All right, coming through 3 and 4, we're going to get the green flag here once again here in Michigan. Lap 35 at 125. The FTSR Mach-1 Performance Cup Series. Last race of the season here. Coming to this restart zone. Wait for the green flag. Green's out, and we are back racing here in Michigan.
I like how the guys line up to it. They run a nice tight field going to that green, and worked out really good. And Jeff Chandler, he took off, man. He's got a great run right now, and I think who's on his outside. That's Sherwood Wilford running second right now.
Good rebound for him after some issues, and now almost 3 wide off turn 2. Now back to 2 wide between the 12 of Dugan, the 20 of Bartel, the 8 of Allen, the 9 of Meese, all packed in there, trying to go 4 wide back there behind them. They are 4 wide. Is that Richie Coy on the inside?
That was Richie Coy on the inside. For a minute there, I thought they were going to be 5 wide, and but this track can do it. You can have that 4 wide and kind of run safely.
Him and Wayne running really close together there. Still 3 wide. Through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Richie's just trying to get back what he lost from that earlier mishap, and we know he had some decent tires, and he's making it 3 wide again going down the inside.
The 3 and 4, Jeff Chandler still leads. Got a pretty good gap over the Sherwood Williford in the number 1. And then you got a battle for third between the 20 of Bartel, the 8 of Allen.
And then right behind there, we got we have Sean. Sean Parrish? Or no, not Sean Parrish. That's Nick Dugan. And I'm watching Ryan Hedrick. He's right up in front in the top 10 right now, getting battled by Richie Coy. But he's showing pretty good speed tonight. I mean, we saw Boomerang earlier with Josh Johnson. And their teammates, so they're probably running the same gear and having a good night tonight so far.
They are. Absolutely they are. The 12 of Dugan there slipping up a little bit through 3 and 4. The 47 of Ryan Hedrick is going to come to his back bumper. Now look to his outside.
And actually, I'm mistaken. Brian Dublé is on the track. He looks like he's actually pretty clean. And he's actually right behind his teammate now of James Wallace. They are running.
You may have been thinking about his teammate. The 57 got beat around a little bit there. Joshua Johnson in that wreck.
That's possible. Yeah, he's running the 12th right now with James Wallace in 11th right in front of him. And they're actually running 2 wide. They're battling each other right now.
Still clean up front. All single file with Chandler, Williford, Allen, Bartel, Hedrick, all your top 5. First battle's back here for 7th spot, and it's between Nick Dugan, Wayne Grassi, Richie Coy, and whoever else you want to throw into that.
Yeah, if you notice too, nobody's really running low. They're kind of running middle of the track around the field, and Sherwood Williford's actually just as I'm saying, nobody's running low. Sherwood tries to take a little stab at Jeff for first place here, going low. I just don't see him having the momentum though. That outside line is just too strong.
Well, he's got a friend down there. Allen's going to go with him on the inside. Sherwood is there still. Now, what does Allen do? He's going to stay behind the 1 of close. Sherwood Williford. And those 2 have his history. I just remembered.
I was thinking of that myself.
And the 31 together again, this time battling for the lead. And I guarantee you Jeff's going to give him a good bit of room, or should anyway.
Well, I hope both of them are giving each other some room down there. I mean, you don't want to start a calamity, especially up in front. And but I know Lane's going to stay low as much as he can to try and help out Sherwood.
I know. Sure, I talking to Sherwood about it. Sherwood said, "Yeah, the count's a little uneven at this point." So he realizes kind of how things have gone so far. I'm sure he's wanting to get around to 31 and maybe get away from the 31.
Well, I'm watching Richie Coy too. Richie's got to be running the lowest on the track at this time, and he's making it work. He just gets by Nick Dugan right now, and he's got his sights on Ben Tracy, and he's got a pretty good piece right now, and he's moving his way up to the front.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, and I wonder if he's burning his tires up doing it though. To be honest with you, I'm just kind of curious as to how his tire wear is going to look after this run. If we go green, if it's going to hurt him, because a lot of these guys are in a little bit higher than he is.
Yeah, well, and that's for sure. And it's you never know. I mean, some of these guys, they can figure out though how to save tire going low like that. And I haven't mastered it, but it's one of those things. You got to go. When you got to go, you got to go. I guess, right? That's not a total use. That's a normal thing people say.
Yeah. I agree. and another guy running low is our leader, the 31 of Jeff Chandler. He was through the 1 and 2 anyway. And Sherwood Williford got right back up to him.
Well, they did finally single out, and we got a 1-2-3 right now with we got Jeff, Sherwood, and Lane. And again, kudos to Lane, kudos to Sherwood for having a great race tonight, and keep it up. But I'm watching Richie Coy as he's getting loose. He just got by Wayne Grossi now, and just kind of keeping tabs on him, running 7th right now, just slowly working his way up into the field.
I tell you, I am impressed by the 47 of Hedrick, having a good run so far. Currently in 4th spot, and starting to inch back in on our leaders, and he is there now. So having a good run so far.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 4th place, top 5 right now, and showing some good strength. There again too. Yeah, how much tire is he saving? And then I'm looking at TJ Bartel too. Who's right behind Ben Tracy, who's behind Ryan Hedrick, and he's kind of the tire miser. Did he lay back a little bit, kind of save a little bit? They're looking decent enough to where we might stay green. And that's going to see who's got the most hair on their chest, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, the 66 of Paris just killed the barrels, I believe, again, off turn 4. I'm not sure if that might have been intentional. Not really sure if he got loose. We'll go back and look at it, but his night's pretty much over.
Huh. Yeah, that's kind of bad. And then something happened to Jeff Chandler because he is falling like a brick right now.
Well, he got in that low lane. We've seen this. We saw this in the trucks too. You can get freight trained really easy. You get in the wrong lane. And now he's gotten back up in the high lane, trying to regain his momentum, but he's falling all the way to 5th.
Yep, Ryan Hendrick takes over 3rd. Lane 2nd, and Sherwood Wilford's our leader. And Ryan Hendrick's going for looking for 2nd right now,
going for the lead.
And he had a great run, and he's 2 wide with Sherwood right now.
We were talking about the bubble guys for the playoffs. Ryan Hendrick's another guy. If he gets a win, it shakes everything up right there on the bubble.
He has got a piece under him right now, and it looks like Sherwood, that outside lane, he's getting a little help from Lane. But wow, he had a hell of a run there. I mean, he did clear him, but didn't move up.
Ryan Hedrick currently 19th in the playoff standings. So outside looking in, behind some of the guys I mentioned, he could leap over some of those guys and really change the outlook for the playoffs. These guys lined up on the outside, kind of a three-person push there.
Yeah, Ryan, unfortunately, he's got that. He suffers that low line syndrome, though. He got too low, and it looks like he's going to get freight trained now. I mean, almost battling for the lead down to 5th right now, but he sneaks his way right back up into that line, that upper line, and kind of leaves Wayne hanging out there.
Went for the pass, and it didn't work out.
Yep. Now it looks like him and almost went 3 wide with Jeff Chandler.
And it seems like when these tires start going away, the handling goes away from the cars too, obviously, but it makes it a little bit harder to drive. Everybody's still trying to push, still trying to draft, but when you get to the corner, it just changes things. Your car just changes so much. When your tires wear out and it's causing some chaos, you see the one of Williford go way high and lose a lot of momentum through 1 and 2. Now everybody under him, but can he hold the momentum through 3 and 4 and maybe regain that? The high lane's kind of where you seem like where you want to be.
Yeah, high mid lane is where you want to be for sure, from what I'm looking at. But if the car gets a little loose, I mean that could kill your drive off too. And I was just watching Lane. Lane had a hell of a lead after Sherwood's little mishap, but now he's got a little company with Ben Tracy at second right now. Ben looked like he had a really good run there. He's going to make a move, but kind of. You might be waiting for another corner here. Oh, we got a spinner on the inside. Alan Crowell, it looks like.
He keeps it straight, no caution. So go back to the front here. You got Lane Allen, Ben Tracy, 1-2 up front, and then you got Sherwood Williford leading everybody else.
Yeah, Allen looks like he just got a little loose coming out of 2. No help, no nothing. Just kind of, what we were just talking about. The car's getting a little loose and ill handling, and he was able to save it. Good job on that. 2 saves for the day. If you get 3, is there a prize here with FTSR?
If you can do 3 saves without damage, just consider yourself lucky.
That is the prize.
Yeah, you still get the race. Over 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Here comes Wayne Grassi on the inside with a run. Eating up Sherwood Williford, who had to check up a little bit. Jeff Chandler on the outside. Sherwood Williford's going to be the one to lose momentum there. And Jeff Chandler's going to take that 3rd spot.
I'm going to tell you, Lane and Ben Tracy, the 2 of them have checked out. They've got almost a second on the pack right now. And Ben Tracy, he's just kind of leaning on Lane's bumper, which is probably the best move. Really, don't fight for the lead. Just kind of push the leader out, get some space.
We saw that earlier with the top 3 or top 5 could kind of check out, but the guys once they lined up behind them could just. We see who's that in trouble back here? Is that the 12? The 12 of Nick Dugan in the wall coming off 4, and it kind of checked everybody up, but everybody able to avoid him, and they keep going here.
Wow, it's crazy the amount of stuff we've seen without any cautions or too much mayhem. And, we keep saying to these guys, they need, I mean, obviously they can't hear us, but, they got to calm down a little bit. And everybody's still playing pretty spicy out there and running. We got a few guys that looks like they got their heads on correctly, and they're trying to get, trying to play safe. But there's still quite a bit of racing left to go. I mean, we're only at lap 53 right now. So
Dugan's got a problem. Well, it's not him off the pace. It's the 20 of Bartell is off the pace.
Well,
TJ got the wall there.
TJ just hit the wall. It looked like it was kind of a peppering effect from a lot of the guys on the outside. So I don't know if these things are getting a little loose on them now. And that's the one big problem when you have a loose car and you run the outside line. I mean, you tend to find that wall a little bit easier. And don't ask me how I know, but just throw that out there.
Ben Tracy in all this was able to retake the lead from the 8 of Lane Allen now. So those guys have swapped positions out front and been trying to check out on the 8 of Tracy. And they're both trying to check out on the rest of the field. 31 of Jeff Chandler running in 3rd, Wayne Grassi in 4th, and Richie Coy in 5th.
Yeah, the 2 of them got a great lead right now. And, but Ben did look like he had a little bit more speed than Lane. Especially on these, longer end laps right now. They've got about, roughly around 22 laps on their tires for most of the field. And, they've checked out. But a lot of that is because, we got Grassi, we got Jeff Chandler up front. They've been having a little bit of issues and just, can't close that gap anymore.
Down the front stretch. We know Chandler is leaving Fury at the end of this season, which is actually, this is the last race with Jeff, going to join Shane Parrish and Yes, Nate Biggert. Sorry, he's not here tonight, so I was looking for a name and couldn't find it. So Nate Biggert. So that's a strong team coming next season as well. So he's looking forward to getting a fresh start over there as well. So as they are teammates side by side this season, won't be teammates next season, but we've had a good run with Jeff. Enjoyed having Jeff around.
Oh, yep, for sure. And yeah, we wish him good luck with the new team. And man, we got Wayne Grossi running third right now, and it looks like he's starting to kind of check out on the whole field.
Oh, you see Richie Coy get loose and into Colby Meese. They keep it straight, though. No harm, no foul, but that did lose a lot of momentum for Coy, who's under attack now from the 48 of Knopf.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to lose any more spots where Richie's at right now, because he's got a little hornet's nest behind him. A lot of cars, they're ready to pounce.
He is fighting a loose car for sure, it looks like, off the corner. He was wiggling there. Just slight contact with the 9 of Meese there. And now the 48 of Knopf. Again, a name we haven't mentioned much tonight. Oh, you see the 48 really loose. Good job. Hang on to the 42 is loose, and he moves the 06 down into the 48, and that is going to be your caution. Caution,
that was a little unfortunate there.
Number 3, I think? 3, 4?
3. Nope, 3.
Okay.
4 with the stage.
Saw that developing. The 42 of Kyle Milliken got loose into the 06 of Daniel Simmons, who comes down into the side of the 48 of Jamie Knopf, and we'll re-rack them, stack them, and do it again.
Yeah, it didn't look like we had too many. Daniel Simmons looked like he got the worst of that, but he didn't actually hit anything. A little tap on the wall.
42 loose in the 06, down to the 48, and I think that's the only cars that were involved. Everybody did a good job of missing them down the backstretch, so looks like that's it's going to be all she wrote, and hopefully no major damage between those cars.
Daniel barely touched the wall, and he had the thing locked down, and for whatever grace of God, it stayed off the wall, the front nose of that car, so good job on him.
Just right on board with Daniel Simmons here. Coming off the corner. There's the 42. There's the contact with the 48. I don't think there's much damage there. I think they barely touched. And I don't think it would hurt the car all that much. We've seen how resilient this next gen car is. I think they're in good shape.
Yeah, like I didn't see too much heavy contact, and one of the nice things when you are going that fast, and if everybody else is going that fast, and if you get a little bump, it doesn't really hurt as much. It's when the one car's going fast and the other car's not going fast, that's where it really gets bad.
Leaders are on pit road for tires and fuel. Speaking of fuel, got to remind you, go to drinkvictory.com, use code FTSR for 10% off your order. Drinkvictory.com, you got to check out their great lineup of products. Great company. Great to be associated with them. Great to have them. Love having them on board, and looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting some of that purple potion. I'm telling you. Although the throttle punch is really good. Lucky Lemon, haven't had it yet either. Got to try it. But the throttle punch has been really good. It's really refreshing, Tony. It's not heavy on the sweets. Of course, it's it's not an energy drink or anything. It's actually a flavored electrolyte water is what they call it. And honestly, it is a really refreshing drink. And it's good. It's a lot better for you. It's no comparison. It's better for you than the energy drinks.
Oh yeah. I can't do energy drinks. And I couldn't do energy drinks when I was 30. Although when I was 30, they were probably making energy drinks really potent. So I don't know if they've tamed them down, but I could never do them before. I'm a Gatorade guy, and the Victory Fuel does look like a great alternative. It'd be great to start seeing it in the stores.
It's good stuff. Well, you can find, and honestly, they're starting to expand more. They're at some of the Hy-Vee stores, and that's like in the Midwest. Some of the racetracks as well carry it. I know. I think Eldora carries it. I think Knoxville. Some of the other tracks, mainly dirt tracks right now, are actually carrying Victory Fuel. So interesting. It's getting out there, getting the word out there, and we're happy to kind of get the word out there for them as well. And again, I've enjoyed every interaction with them has been positive. So great people. They are a racing family, the Swindells, and so I guess we got a lot in common.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, let's be honest. When have you ever found a racing family that really just wasn't good, down to earth people? You know what I mean? It's kind of with the back and the bread and butter of the NASCAR sport, where it's very inclusive and everybody just loves racing. We all have that one passion, and it's driving cars fast on a racetrack. And it's just we don't care about anything else. Just let's and it's just a stick together community.
That's absolutely right. Lap 61 of 125. We are basically at halfway in this race. And again, we talked about 50 laps on fuel, 45 to 50. And they're going to be.
I have a feeling we're going to see pit stops. Yeah, I don't think the fuel's going to be. We're going to have at least another green flag run, or at least another green flag pit stop, or they're going to have to stop for sure, just because I think tires more than anything.
Green flag's back out. We're back underway here at Michigan. Lap 125. It's a quick caution there. We are back green. Ben Tracy leads the way to the 35 on the outside, the 8 of Lane Allen on the inside. Chandler trying to jump Allen for second here with the 31 on the outside line. There's fresh tires. We'll see if these guys can hold on to it.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of guys kind of were happy about that caution right then and there, just because some of the ill handling cars they had. And I'm looking at one guy in particular right now. We got Richie Coy. I mean, he is bottom feeding and already making some moves. Lane Allen, he went down low, and then now he's back up high. And I know he wants to be up in that front spot where he was earlier, so he's going to try and make it work, but he's going to stick to the outside.
3 wide for 5th spot. Got the 9 of Meese on the outside, the 7 of Wayne Grassi on the inside. In the middle, it was Ryan Hedrick, and they get that all sorted out. And now the battle for second between Allen and Coy and Chandler off turn 2.
Yeah, Coy running that low line, and it just working for him. But again, is it eating up his tires? I mean, we've seen a lot of guys get hurt on that low line. And, I look at Ryan Hendricks, too. He's up there strong, but towards the end of that run, right before the caution, he was kind of back there near the caution. So, I mean, he lost a lot of spots, and I'm just curious to know if, how bad his tires were burned up after that run.
I don't know. It looks like Coy's got a really good short run, though. He's going to run the inside of the 35 of Tracy, battle for the lead. But it looks like his long run's kind of struggled a little bit. We've seen him get a little loose and fall back through the pack here on a longer run. So he's taking advantage of those tires as early as he can, trying to clear the 35. Can't quite do it. And the 35 is going to continue to lead the race at the line.
Well, and I'm just curious, too, is that inside lane he's been running, and he's been running that pretty much. I mean, he runs that generally at every track, but I'm just curious if that's hurting him. And if he does clear Ben Tracy here, and he's getting close, is he just going to dip up in that outside lane and try and make that outside work? Or is he going to stay low? I mean, to me, the outside is where you want to be right now, and I'd get out there as quickly as possible.
And he's trying to drive in turn 3 and use that little slide up the track, and he will do so in front of the 35. Take the lead off 4, and he will lead for the first time, I believe, tonight.
Yep. Yeah, it took him a little while to get up there, but yeah, he's got it. Now, let's see if he can drive away. Let's see if he's going to stay as low as he's been, too.
The battle back here is for third on back, and you see Lane out. The 47 in the wall off turn 2. Everybody scatters. Looks like everybody's going to make it by.
Yeah, I don't know if the 47 had, he was almost going to go 3 wide there, but then I think maybe he might have backed out of it at the last minute and kind of, choked him up into that wall. Kyle Milliken took over that spot, though, and kind of went by. And Kyle's got a good car, too. It's just he's been trying to play catch-up since that early spin.
3 wide into turn 1 for the 8th spot. Kobe Meese, the 47 of Ryan Hendrick, trying to regain his momentum. The 42 right in front of him.
Someone I'm a little surprised to see kind of back in the pack right. Well, I shouldn't say too far back, but Sherwood Wilford sitting in ninth right now. Just, just chilling, it looks like. I don't know where his speed went, but, it doesn't look like.
It's been an eventful night for him. He might just be trying to look. Let me just settle in here and get some laps because battling up front with the 31 makes me nervous. Done got turned one time. I mean, I can imagine how he's kind of feeling right now.
Yeah, I mean, but, still, he's just not showing the speed like he did have early on.
Absolutely. I wonder how he got back there. Maybe issues on the pit stop there. Lost a few positions.
Right now, I'm watching Kyle Milliken. Kyle looks like he's on a tear right now, sitting in sixth place right now, looking to make a move on Wayne Grossi for fifth. At least he was a second ago. We're going to see him up there shortly. I mark my words on that.
Kyle reminds me of a couple other Kyles, and one Kyle in particular a couple of years back that was just fun to watch drive because he was driving hard all the time in kind of sideways. He's always one to kind of venture up into the high lane. One of the first guys to try to do something a little bit different. Hey, you see the 8 or the 9 of Kobe Meese. Not sure if he got the wall or not, but it was right in front of the 42.
Yeah, Colby, for whatever reason, I'm seeing him in a different car. But, he's kind of been having a decent race, kind of a decent couple of races as of late. He still does his Colby things, but, not too bad. But, yeah, he's showing a little strength right now. It looks like he's getting ready to make a move for fifth.
Well, you know what they say, right? Every so often,
a squirrel finds a nut.
A squirrel finds a nut.
A blind squirrel finds a nut.
And somebody may have caught up a squirrel on one of the broadcasts. So,
hey, I resemble that remark.
The squirrels are running pretty good tonight in sixth spot, right behind Wayne Grossi and right ahead of the 42 of Kyle Milliken.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, we've had a lot of different people up front right now. I mean, I'm looking at the top three. I mean, we got Richie Coy, we got Ben Tracy, we got Jeff Chandler. Compared to we had Lane Allen, Sherwood Williford. Trying to think of who the other guy was at that point. But yeah, I mean, we just had quite a bit of mix-up today, and I'm just trying to think when do you think we're going to actually see some pit stops if we do stay green?
I don't know if you split it in half. What do we go back? 62?
Yeah, we were almost exactly halfway when we went back. So if you split it, yeah, you're in the 95 to 100 range, I guess.
Yeah, probably around there. That's what I would do. Just split it in half. Some guys may run long. Some guys may stop short, although I don't know if we'll see anybody stop short. It's the way the race has been. I almost wonder if it's a full moon out because just some of the racing I've seen is like it's intense, almost for no reason. I don't say no reason, but early on, like this right here, we are 3 wide, and now we're 2 wide. Now we're good. It just seems there's been some odd things happen. A lot of net code, a lot of intense racing early on. Some guys we don't normally see. I saw the 19 of Coy. I don't know if he got somebody lit a fire under his racing seat tonight because it seemed like he was making some aggressive moves a little bit into the race. Like he'd finally had enough of everybody else's aggressive moves.
Yeah, well, what's to say? I mean, sometimes aggression hurts you, but sometimes it pays off, and right now it's paying off for him.
Yeah.
And he's kind of self-motivated in the channel all by himself, but
True. All the teammates he's got out there.
But he's showing strong right now, and he's starting to actually pull away from Ben Tracy, which is pretty good. I mean, and if you look at him, he's still running that inside line.
Listen, clean air is
surprising.
King. Clean air is king too, and I think being out front, it may help his tires hang on a little bit longer. We'll just have to see. The 31 of Chandler now looking to the inside of the 35 of Tracy. Nothing doing there, but you're starting to see Chandler starting to put some pressure on the 35 up front.
Yeah, for the most of the rest of the pack, everybody seems pretty tame right now. We got a couple of two wide actions going on. We got a Colby Mice, Wayne Grossi battle kind of happening. It's happening, not happening, and just depends on what corner they're on and who wants to play give and take. And but everybody else, for the most part, is pretty straight and green, and everybody's looking pretty good so far. So I don't know. I can see us staying green. Um, I guess we'll have to see what these cars, the handling does. And
Yes.
I don't think we have enough gas to stay, to stay in it for the rest of this.
Oh no, you definitely don't. I think there definitely will be a pit stop. The question is, will the handling go away enough where some of these guys end up losing their car or getting into somebody else, or we'll just see if these guys can keep it together to get green flag pit stops, or if something happens. And I think the way we've seen it, these cars get really evil towards the middle of the run. So I'm not so sure I would stop early here. And I would probably expect maybe, you see the one of Sherwood Williford get loose in 3 and 4, almost contact, hangs on to it. That right there is what I'm talking about. When we saw the one of Williford about lose it through 1 and 2, these cars just get really evil. And the farther you get back in the pack, the worse it gets.
Yeah, and he lost a lot of spots on that too, and unfortunately, yeah, he did that right in front of a decent pack. So I mean, not only do you lose your momentum, you lose all the spots, and there's that potential of brown pants moment, and he was able to hang on to it. But yeah, he is having an ill handling race car, and I'm curious to know if he actually made any changes or anything, because the thing was on fire at the beginning of the race, and I just do not know what happened.
Well, you definitely don't want to be on fire.
Well, he was on fire in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
It's like saying, he was bad, but bad being good. I mean, it was what, 90s lingo? I blame Michael Jackson for that.
Bad is good. Battle between Kyle Milliken and Wayne Grossi. That's for the 5th spot. Kyle going by on the inside or outside, trying to. Wayne Grossi on the inside.
And the top 4 have checked out. I mean, they've got almost a 2-second gap on Kyle Milliken, who did just take 5th place.
And here comes Ryan Hedrick making his way back up to the front.
Yeah, Boomerang showing some great speed tonight. Unfortunate if Josh Johnson didn't get into that. I'd be curious to know where he'd be sitting right now, because he had a good car early on.
He was working his way up front, too. He was the ride up front. Yeah, and got in that wreck. Unfortunately, got in an accident, and currently in 19th spot. Not what he wants to see for his playoff shot.
Well, I'm kind of surprised we haven't heard too much noise from him, but James Wallace, another Boomerang driver, always kind of shows up at the end. Just kind of waiting. He's probably running the same kind of equipment, so he's definitely got the speed. He's definitely got the skill. So I'm wondering if we're going to see him sneak into the top 5 here in a little while.
I'll tell you what I'm seeing is some pushing down the straightaway going wrong. The 12 of Dugan tried to give the 9 of man, they are so loose off that corner. The 12 of Dugan tried to give the 9 of Meese push down the straightaway and got him all sorts of sideways going into turn 1. Just watching these guys, they're hanging on. They're already, their car handling is already gone away.
Yeah, it's definitely not. You definitely want to be a little picky and choosy when you're pushing right now. And I'm seeing double pushing right now, and it just. Do you guys really want to? We talked about fire earlier, but do you want to play with that kind of fire? Because that's not good, especially late in a run like this. And if you see the guy in front of you getting a little sloppy, the thing you don't want to do is push him.
You just keep pushing, hope for the best, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to push him straight.
It's hard, man, because you see, your only way forward is to get the guy in front of you going forward, and actually the 12 was able to push the 9 by the 7 of Grossi, and now it's going to pull to the inside of Colby and try to make that pass, and now they end up 2 wide yet again. Now you got them lined up differently. You got the 7 behind the 9, and the 12's got the 67 behind him.
And all that, and I'm watching, and I'm looking at TJ now, and TJ kind of fell back like a rock, although we know he's a bit of a tire miser. Maybe kind of backed up just to get out of that mess for a little while. And I mean, there still is quite a bit of racing to go, and I can see TJ being one of the last guys to pit. I'm just going to throw that prediction out right now.
Yeah, he's usually one of the ones that takes up the longest. And honestly, might not be a bad call here. 3 wide off turn 4 between the 37 of Duplay, the 7 of Grassi, and the 9 of Mies. And they sort that out going down the front stretch. I don't know. Wayne couldn't make up his mind there.
Well, I'll tell you, they're almost going to start a third pack there in a little while if they, if they don't kind of get their stuff together and kind of figure out which order they want to run.
47 almost lost it into the side of the 12, and they hang on to it. But man, that was a moment with the 47 off turn 2. He hung on to it, but these cars, again, that's what I'm talking about now. These cars, the handling's starting to go away. You see contact behind them. That's the 9 of Mies. Rob Tracy involved. And they keep it straight, though.
Got a little chatter on the radio there, too. Yeah, I was just looking at Robert Tracy. I was just going to say, wow, look at him flying up in there. And, he has a little contact. And, yep, it's not good for your night. Got to be smart out there.
Rob's still in the wall. Riding the wall through 1 and 2. He's got some major damage. He's going to have to bring it down to pit road. Meanwhile, up front,
Colby does as well.
We got a battle for second. 35 of Tracy, the 8 of Lane Allen, fighting for P2. And we got a battle for fifth. This is Nick Dugan looking on the inside of the 42 of Kyle Milliken for fifth. Battles all over the track. But see, this is when handling starts coming into play. And so these guys, you can hang in there with the draft, but now handling's starting to come into play, and it's going to separate the men from the boys.
Yeah, I went back to look at the Colby and Robert Tracy incident there, and the two of them basically got loose at the same time, and neither one of them just they're just too close to each other and kind of took each other out there, and it looks like both of them are in pretty Colby for sure has got pretty heavy damage. Unfortunate. I mean, they were running good. Robert was just starting to run up through the field.
The 12 all kind of loose off the corner. Just watching him coming off the corner sideways, shaking it out and back. It's just these cars are starting to go away handling wise, and
it feels like about 10 laps too early though too, because usually well maybe not, because I mean about 20-25 laps, so just kind of where they're at from the last caution. So yeah, you're going to see some ill handlers, and then you're going to see the guys that are going to try to capitalize, and that's where things could go very wrong.
Still side by side for second. The 8 of Lane Allen, the 35 of Ben Tracy. They finally sorted out. Lane Allen's going to take that spot. A great run for Lane, man. He's been up front. He's been, I think, in the top 5 the whole race. Starting to move forward now. Looks like his car's handling really well on these older tires.
Yeah, well, I think we saw that earlier. His car kind of had a decent showing towards the end of that run. And let's see if he's got anything for Richie. I mean, Richie's got half a second out in front of the pack right now, and we just got a small little 4-pack leading this field. And I mean, but they're leading the field by 4 seconds. And we still got green flag stops coming, but these 4 guys. I mean, this could be our top 3 within this 4 right now.
3 don't go into 4.
Well, I mean, towards the end of the race. 3 of those guys, if it stays like this, 3 of those guys will be interviewing in a little while.
You see Ben Tracy getting tight there, almost into the wall of turn 4. He's going to lose some momentum on Lane Allen there. Meanwhile, Lane's starting to creep in a little bit on Richie, and we got Wayne Grassi on pit road.
Well, I think you'd be safe to do it now, because you got definitely a 35 lap window. Are we going to see any more takers? I'd be worried about coming in with at least a couple drafting partners.
I wouldn't do it. I'd be kind of scared to pit now and something happened on track. That's because we've seen how I don't know if they've seen what I've seen, but these cars are a little out of control on these older tires, and um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you watch some of the stuff that I've seen coming off turn two, especially, I'm not sure I'd want to pit early here.
Man, it almost looks to me like Lane threw out his rod and reel, and he caught the
Just
19
reeling them
car.
in, huh?
He is slowly pulling him in.
That Bass Pro
I know
Shop.
Lane. I know, yeah, Lane will enjoy that little one
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah.
watches this later. Hey, Lane,
He's starting to paddle up to him right now.
paddle up to him. He put the outboard in the water, and now
Yeah,
he's starting to
exactly.
move.
He threw the trolling motor away and cranked up the. I'm running out of them. Sorry, I'm running out of them.
But I'll be honest. I mean, you look at the two of them; they are actually starting to pull away from Ben Tracy and Jeff Chandler. I almost said Ben Chandler, but
Ben Chandler and Jeff Tracy back here.
right, yeah, that would have worked out too.
Dick Tracy. Yeah, it looks like Ben's having some handling issues on his car. Looks like it's tight off the corner, which is killing his momentum. But yeah, the 8 of Lane Allen still inching in on the 19 of Coy. I'm telling you, Richie's still running that very low lane. And I can tell you from experience, it seems like the second lane is kind of where you want to be on this track. But he's making that very bottom work.
I've been saying that for a while. Yeah, and we got some takers right now. We got he almost had Nick Dugan run into James Wallace. Both of them are on pit road right now. And I was just looking at James Wallace. He was sitting in fifth, and I said probably 10 laps ago, I go, you watch. I go, he's going to be sneak his way up into fifth.
So I can tell you, it seems like James is one of the first ones to pit all the time. Just something for our viewers watching to kind of follow along with. It seems like James Wallace is always one of the first guys to pit, and TJ Bartell is one of the last guys to pit. That seems to be a constant, just the way those guys work their strategy out.
That is actually very accurate. You're right. And yeah, the both of them get in and out of pit road, and they're getting back on track right now. This might be one of James's little strategies too. Again, he's got good equipment. He's got a good car, good driver. Let's see if he can make something happen out of this with the short pit.
Kyle Milliken, Colton Gunn, Brian Dublé all on the pit road right now. That leaves your top 11 out there yet to pit.
And we kind of figured it was going to be, well, I said around 9,500 laps. We're at 93 right now. So, yeah, we're going to start seeing everybody coming in, which is about midway back from our last major caution we had. Yeah, Kyle Milliken's out. Everybody's getting gas and 2 tires. They're probably not filling it all the way to the top with gas, but some may. It might help the overall stability of the car.
Sherwood Williford, Ryan Hedrick, Dave Nestor on the pit road. TJ Bartell on pit road as well. So much for what I just said. TJ's going to bring it down pit road.
Yeah, it's kind of odd, but usually if nothing else, I think he likes to just lead that lap, which one little point here and there helps.
And Ben Tracy's going to bring it to pit road. Jeff Chandler just got around him, so here comes Ben on pit road.
Now, the question is, when are our leaders going to come in?
Richie and Lane have quite a lead on the 31 of Jeff Chandler. Here comes Lane to the outside of the 31. Getting loose. Hangs on to it. 6 cars yet to pit from our lead lap runners.
And I just heard over the radio, Richie Coy is going to be coming in. Will Lane join him? Yep, it looks like Lane and Jeff are both coming in. It's everybody in at once. Top 3.
Wow, good entry by Lane Allen. Almost gets beside him coming into the pit road.
He did smoke him up a little bit on braking, but yeah, I think he's all right.
Use him if you got him.
That's right. I mean, if you're gonna lock him down, that's the time to do it.
Smoke him if you got him, right? That's
right.
Thing.
Don't tempt me.
In pit road, we'll see who wins the race off pit road between the two of them.
Well, as we're cycling around, we got Daniel Simmons right now. I believe he's yet to pit himself, and he's leading the race right now with Jamie Knopp running second.
Rich Coy out of pit road tonight. The 8 of Lane Allen right behind him, and Jeff Chandler. They come out like they came in, And now Jamie Knopf is going to bring it down pit road.
Yeah, I'm watching too. Josh Johnson actually was on the lead lap. He actually held his lead lap position, and he hasn't pitted yet, but he's sitting in sixth right now. Well, it looks like, or no, he's in third right now, waiting for him to get down pit road.
Daniel Simmons, your current leader, still making laps out there. The 57 of Joshua Johnson out there in second. Only 2 cars left to pit.
Yeah, I'm looking right now too. When all pit cycles go through, I mean, we've got. Looks like Richie will retain the lead. He's tightly followed right now by Wayne Grassi and Ben Tracy, and then Lane Allen's not too far away. Jeff Chandler, though, he's a little bit out of draft space right now. So, I mean, I'm sure he's hoping for a little bobble on some of those top 4 to maybe so he can tuck back up in there.
Battle for second, or actually for fourth right now, as your leader, Daniel Simmons, comes on the pit road. I leave the 57 of Joshua Johnson out there, the last car to pit.
Yep, he should be scored leader this time around. And this car looks clean. Yeah, I don't know if he maybe was a lap down from before from damage, or I don't know. Maybe he's been all right, and we just haven't noticed him back there. Josh Johnson.
Well, he got into that wreck early on. I'm not sure if he was a lap down, but he did get into a wreck early. So running long here.
Yeah, he will definitely be our last guy to pit. Just when's he coming in? Yeah, because he is quite a bit off pace too from our leaders. He's over, almost a second and a half laps slower. So he's definitely going to be. I mean, this is probably helping him. He's probably hoping, holding out for that caution. Maybe he might stay out another 10 laps.
Battle up here for second right now, which will be for the lead when they come back. 35 of Ben Tracy looking to the outside of the 19 of Coy for second spot currently. But this will be for your lead when they get everything cycles around.
Yeah, Ben's been showing some really great speed tonight too, as well. And the two of them kind of checked out from the rest of the field. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember Ben having that great of a long run car. I mean, we kind of saw him get stuck with Jeff Chandler there for a little while. And speaking of which, Jeff Chandler did catch that pack of 3 cars, but so he's in the draft with the 3, 4, and 5th car. But first and second, they've kind of driven away. They've got a good second, almost second and a half on 3, 4, and 5 right now.
57 Joshua Johnson did pit, so this is your lead battle now.
Richie's got that. He likes that inside line. It's been working for him, and he showed pretty good strength on that last run. So this might be a good winning strategy for him tonight.
They definitely have pulled away from the 8 of Lane Allen, who's on the same tires as Richie Coy.
Well, and Jeff as well. So yeah, I mean, can the two of them work together to try and catch the lead too right now? Unfortunately, Wayne Grassi was an early pitter, so he's starting to kind of fall back. But he's got a strong 5th place right now, and he's got a good almost 3-second lead off of 6th place James Wallace. Kind of going through the field too, just looking at some notables who we've been talking about. After James Wallace in 6th, we've got Nick Dugan 7th, Kyle Milliken running 8th, Daniel Simmons 9th, Jamie Knopp 10th, Ryan Hedrick 11th, Sherwood Wilford 12th, TJ Bartell 13th, Colton Gum 14th, Shane Parrish 15th. He's still out there running around. I didn't know. I thought he went a lap down as well, but apparently I haven't been paying attention.
I think he is. He's still out there on old tires. I think he's just hanging out, trying to hope for a caution so he can get back on the lead lap. I think he still has to pit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. So. But yeah, the guys that are out, James Torrey got it knocked out early. Brandon Elder, Colby Meese. It looks like Robert Tracy's out as well. Alan Crowell is the only guy a lap down right now. And
I'll tell you what, the 35 Ben Tracy is still harassing our leader, the 19 of Coy. He's not going away.
well, the two of them aren't slowing down compared to third and fourth. So I mean, it's kind of what you know. Richie's holding up a good pace. 35's kind of staying with them, and the two of them are still kind of pulling away from third and fourth right now. So that's kind of where you want to be. Now, does Ben got enough of a car to keep with them, and maybe even make that pass when the money time comes?
That's the question, and I think we saw the 35 didn't have a great long run car. So I'm thinking, if he doesn't make a move early on here, I don't know that he's going to have a shot. You see Coy all the way to the bottom. 35 Tracy running the conventional second lane here at Michigan. And he got Lane Allen back here in third with Jeff Chandler behind him. They're going to have to make up some time. They are currently about 1.3 seconds.
They're running the same line as Ben, too, Jeff and Lane, that is. So, I mean, Richie's got that thing hooked up down low, and again too. I mean, is it going to be hard for Ben to even? I mean, does Ben got enough steam on the outside if he does get side by side? I mean, he's definitely not going to get under him. And it looks like he's trying to make that outside work now, but Richie's just got that. He's just got that thing dialed in down low. It looked like he even actually made a little space on Ben just then.
Here's going to be the interesting thing, though, because I think Ben may drop back on the long run. We've seen him kind of struggle. He's got older tires, too, to be honest with you. So will the aid of Lane Allen be able to use that draft, get by Ben in a hurry, and maybe use that momentum to catch the 19 of Coy? I don't know. All this is dependent on another caution not coming out, though. And I'm not so sure we won't see another caution. I'll just be honest with you. I feel like with the way these cars were driving that we could see another caution before the end of this thing.
It's possible, but with that said, we only got about 18 laps to go. So what Lane needs right now is Ben to drop back just enough so he can sniff that draft and maybe start pulling, because we know Lane's got a decent long run car, and I kind of feel the same way about what you were saying with Ben. It just Lane's definitely got a better long run car than Ben. So I mean, really, Lane needs that draft so he can get up there. I think he's the only guy right now that might have anything for Rich towards the end of this.
Let's look at our playoff standings. Lane is another one, doesn't have a win yet this season in Cup, but he's currently sitting in 15th in on points. Do you risk it here to try to get that win and lock yourself in? Or do you think, okay, I'm having a good points night. This is what I need to kind of maintain my position in the playoffs?
I think he's going for whatever he can get right now. I think he'd be very satisfied if he fell into third. I think he'd love to win it though too. And like I say, right now he's not getting a whole lot of help from Jeff. They're not really catching Richie or Ben, although he's really close to that 1 second draft sniff, and that's really what Lane needs right now. He needs to pick up Ben's draft and then see if he can capitalize on it, because right now Richie is just driving away.
Yeah, it's down 1.7 seconds now. The gap between Richie Coy and Lane Allen.
Right, but that gap between Ben and Lane is almost at that 1 second. But laps are clicking off, and Richie obviously doesn't want to see any changes right now. He's just driving away. He's got it locked down on the low line, and he just definitely does not want to see a caution at this point. But I'm kind of going back through the field too, looking. We've got James Wallace took over fifth from Wayne Grossi just that last lap, and Like we were saying, like I was saying earlier with James. James got a good piece. Unfortunately, with the pit stops, he just doesn't have the draft. And some of these guys in the back, they would love to see a caution. Um, show us what you got.
Yeah, everybody kind of getting spread out now. The gap between first and second, 1.2 seconds. Second to third is 0.6 of a second. You're right. Ben's starting to drop back into that draft zone for Lane Allen. We'll see if he can do anything with that. Maybe close the gap. Jeff Chandler right there on the back of the 8 of Lane Allen for fourth.
Yeah, the big problem now is, though, Ben has lost the draft to Richie. So even if Lane does get by Ben, which is foreseeably sees like that might actually happen, neither one of them are going to have anything to go to catch Richie at this point.
There's James Wallace fighting Daniel Simmons. Daniel's going to fly by James Wallace with those newer tires and take over sixth spot.
Fifth spot. But yeah,
fifth.
Yeah, he had that late tire run, and he went right by. Again, though, he's just going to be leading this pack because he might be able to gain up on the leaders, but he's got a long battle to go because we've only got we got 12 laps to go.
12 to go here at Michigan. The FTSR Mach-1 Performance Cup Series Michigan 250, brought to you by Full Throttle Television. Starting to close in on the finish of this one here, and Richie Coy has pulled out to a 1.8 second gap over second place. And now Chandler is in second and third, actually, over Lane Allen, who's dropped to fourth.
Huh, that's kind of surprising. And I mean, I saw we did see Jeff kind of close in on Lane, but
and now Jeff to second. Jeff makes the move around Ben Tracy on the inside. 1.9 seconds. We'll see if Jeff can do anything with it.
Yeah, Ben unfortunately is kind of a sitting duck. I think Lane's probably going to get by him. Does Lane still got anything for Jeff though? I mean, we saw that long run car come in on Lane earlier, but Jeff's kind of showing his hand right now, and we did not see this late run speed out of him.
Yeah, Jeff up to second place. He got around Lane, got around Ben, and now he finds himself in second. 2.1 seconds to the leader, though. Richie Coy continuing to... you see Ben Tracy all kind of sideways off turn two. Hangs on to it and barely loses any momentum, but he is going to get passed by the 8 of Lane Allen on the outside. So move Ben to fourth.
Yeah, and Lane's not 100% clear yet. Yeah, but it was a good catch by Ben. And they're running door to door right now. But Richie Coy, yeah, he is just extending his lead right now. He is probably gaining almost a tenth a lap on these guys. So everybody in this field wants to see a caution except for Mr. Richie Coy.
I'm not sure some of these guys up front just would like to just finish this one off too. Lane, a good points night. That's what he needs for the points. What you don't want to have happen is you get a caution here and then you get wrecked out or something. That's the worst possible scenario.
That is true, but you know as well as I do that if you're running in the back or even if you're in second or third, you'd be like, man, if there was another caution, you want that shot, right? Exactly. I mean, you definitely don't want the green-white checkered, but unfortunately, sometimes that's how it plays out too. And 9 out of 10 times, you're on the winning battle of that, opposed to the losing battle. Unfortunately, somebody always loses in those instances.
2.3 seconds to get between first and second. It's actually grown. 9 laps to go here in Michigan. It's looking kind of ominous. Looks like the 19 of Coy may be able to hang on to this one.
Yeah, I'm going a little bit back in the field too. Daniel Simmons he's kind of in no man's land at fifth right now. Jamie Knopp got past James Wallace for sixth place. Wayne Grossi, unfortunately, with his early pit, he is just kind of falling back like a brick in seventh right now. Nick Dugan running eighth. Sherwood Wilford 10th right or 9th right now. And or no, maybe he's 10th. I don't know. But he's back there, and unfortunately, just not the end of the night that he probably wanted.
He's right behind Nick Dugan, and those guys got together early on in the race. It's funny how you end up with the guys that you had issues with. You know, we talked about the 1 and the 31 and their issues, but within a race, you got the 12 and the 1 who had contact earlier, and here they are running together at the end of the race.
Well, and I think a lot of those issues started when Sherwood dropped to the 1 car. Maybe he needs a new number or something.
Well, he is going to the 5 next season, so he is changing numbers.
Going back to the 5.
Funny you bring that up. Yeah, so he's going back to 5, trying to bring some good luck, because he's had nothing but bad luck. You're right, in the 1. And I wonder if it's because they think about Ross Chastain when they see the 1.
I don't know. I mean, I've always remembered Sherwood running the 5, so it'll be kind of nice to see him back in the 5. And that is kind of why I brought it up. I'm on the QT, I guess you call it, or whatever it is. And so yeah, it'll be good to see him in the 5. Hopefully that'll bring him some new luck. I'm never changing my 11 number, but even though that doesn't bring me any luck, it is what it is.
Jeff Chandler, still 1.4 seconds between first and second. He hasn't grown. He hasn't gotten bigger or smaller. I think Richie's just maintaining at this point. Just maintaining a good solid points or race lead. Coming to 5 laps to go.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to have enough points to, point himself into that championship. I know not getting stage points, or at least the valuable stage points that he wanted, probably hurt him a little bit. But maybe all those weeks of razzing him, finally are paying off, and he's breaking that second place curse.
Technically, actually, Nate locked up the championship last week anyway, so there's not even really a championship battle. But you're right, they'll finally get that monkey off his back and finally get that cup win that we've been talking about. He hasn't quite gotten the win yet, and might be able to lock it down here. 4 laps to go at the line.
Yeah, everybody looks a lot tamer too. I mean, I don't see too many cars getting a little loose and out of shape, and it looks like everybody's so spaced out too. They probably just gave all that they had, and they just probably want to just get this thing finished and past them now at this point.
And I'll tell you, Jeff's kind of pulled away a little bit from Lane Allen in 3rd spot. Jeff tonight, your biggest mover so far, 15 spots up from his starting spot in 17th, running P2. So it's a good gain for him throughout the race.
Yeah, he was the guy that didn't qualify, kind of ran in the back, stayed in the back a lot, obviously not feeling good according to Doyle, and having a good night tonight, and showing his strength here in this last final run here. Because, like I say, we didn't see a lot of that long run speed out of him, and kind of surprised the gap that he's pulled on Lane Allen, because Lane had a really strong late run car. But 1, 2, 3 are very spaced out right now, so it's probably going to finish this way. We're just kind of waiting for these laps to click off.
2 laps to go at the line. Richie Coy has a 2.1 second lead. Jeff's eat into it a little bit, but I got to imagine that Richie maybe maybe backing off just a little bit just to be safe.
Yeah, well, and we got Jeff too. Jeff's kind of dealing with lap traffic, and Richie obviously had to deal with the lap traffic himself with Brian Dublé. So Elaine's coming up to him now. He'll probably get to him before the race is over. But yeah, I mean, good run by all 3. I mean, hats off to Lane himself too. I mean, just having a hell of a run. Definitely something he's needed. Shown his strength with the pole, and
white
top
flag.
3.
1 lap to go.
Top 3 is definitely a good run for Lane, and Jeff as well. That second place, I know he's been looking for victory lane as well, but came pretty close to it this time.
Yeah, we've been talking about Richie Coy not winning a cup race so far this season. He's going to wait to the last race of the season to do it. It looks like through 3 and 4, Richie Coy is going to bring it home, leading a lot of laps, pulling away from Jeff Chandler. Richie Coy winning tonight at Michigan Speedway for the FTSR Mach-1 Performance Cup Series.
Yep. Jeff second. We got Lane Allen third. Ben Tracy comes in fourth. Daniel Simmons, Jamie Knopp, James Wallace, Nick Dugan, Wayne Grossi, Sherwood Wilford, TJ Bartell, Kyle Milliken, Ryan Hedrick, Colton Gum, Josh Johnson, Dave Nestor, and then Brian Dublé was the first guy lap down.
So he finally got the monkey off his back. Last race of the season.
He did. I won't be able to razz him now for a couple of weeks, but that's all right. Good job. Good job for Richie.
Yep. Win number, what is that? For the entire year.
That I don't know.
Win number 3 for Richie Coy. So that'll be good for his playoff battle. Thought we was going to see a little burnout from him there. Not usually his style.
Yeah, well, he usually, he does that the Polish Alan Kowicki victory lap. He'll run the track one lap backwards, and to pay homage to the virtual fans that are out there.
Pull up the right screen for you there. Richie Coy brings home the win in our standings. Jeff Chandler second. Lane Allen a solid third place run. Ben Tracy hangs on to fourth. Daniel Simmons in fifth. Jamie Knopf in sixth. Seventh is going to be the 67 of James Wallace. Nick Dugan rebounds to come home eighth. Ninth for Sherwood Williford. 10th, Wayne Grossi. The 20 of TJ Bartell is going to come home in 11th. 12th is going to be Kyle Milliken. 13th, Ryan Hedrick. 14th is going to be the 10 of Colton Gum. 15th, Joshua Johnson. What could have been for Joshua, man? He had a solid race and got caught up in that accident. 16th is going to be Dave Nestor. Brian Dublé in 17th. 18th is going to be Shane Parrish in the 66. Another tough outing for the 66. Alan Kroll in 19th. 20th is going to be Colby Meese. 21st, Rob Tracy. 22nd, Brandon Elder. And 23rd is going to be James Torrey.
Well, it was a pretty good race. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we had a little bit of aggression, a little early cautions, but the end of the race, kind of turned out to be a lot of fun. And there's a little victory burn out there by Richie Coy.
Yeah.
Burning them down.
Might mean a little something to him tonight.
Well, I think he likes to get that backwards lap in first, so that way he doesn't destroy it, and then he can destroy it now. So, but yeah, well deserved. He did get that monkey off his back, so good job.
Well, that's going to kick it over to our post race. Again, presented by Victory Fuel. Make sure to visit drinkvictory.com for 10% off of your order. Victory Fuel, electrolyte flavored electrolyte water. Let's see if we can. Hey, nobody in the waiting room.
They're too busy celebrating.
Well, let's see if we can pull them in here. And we'll let Richie find his way up here. But anyway, let's talk to our third place finisher tonight. The 8 of Lane Allen coming home P3 Lane. Solid night, man. You had a good run. A little bit of time lost on that pit stop. Kind of lost touch with 19 of Richie Coy. But again, a good solid points night. For your playoff hopes, talk about it tonight.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was better than I thought it was going to be, sure enough. It felt good. I didn't adjust nothing all night.
Yeah, you ran in the top 5 all night. You had a really solid run, and actually, I can't believe I didn't even mention it. Started on the pole, so we knew the car was fast. You and Sherwood up front. Started from P1, ran in the top 5 all night. Solid run. I don't know what you guys found, but it looked really good out there. Glad to see you guys in competition. We'll pass it on to Tony. Tony, I'm sure you got something for us.
I'm just congratulations on third place. I mean, you got the pole. You had a great car tonight. You just ran good. Just was wondering what was going on with the late run. We saw you with a decent long run, but then towards that last stage, just didn't seem like you could get it done. I mean, was it just a slow pit stop, or just trying a little too hard to burn up the tires, or what was the deal?
I thought the pit stop was pretty good. He seemed to get a little jump on me coming out of the pit there, but Uh, seemed like didn't I wind up fourth there for a little while? Yeah, fourth. I came out, and as we all blended back in, I think I was fourth. But I don't know who was in second up there, but they let Richie get a second or so out there, and I think I could have stayed with him if I'd have been up there in second.
Yeah, that was
Possibly.
the 35 of Ben Tracy. Yeah, you're right. He come out. Ben Tracy got in front of you guys and was kind of pushing the 19 of Coy along, kind of pushed him out of distance for you. But you look like you had a little bit better long run car, honestly, than the 19 of Coy you'd been up there. It's kind of unfortunate that all happened from our standpoint, probably from your standpoint too. But like you did actually have a better long run car, and just talk about this. It seemed like we couldn't get in a rhythm tonight. It seemed like there were a lot of cautions early on, a lot of people trying to figure out what their cars were going to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see any of the cautions. I couldn't tell what was going on there, but yeah, I didn't take tires on that first caution before the stage, and
You
luckily
said
all the ones with tires didn't make it back to us before the stage was over.
you said you didn't get to see anything that caused the cautions. That's usually a good sign if you're in front of everything that happened behind you. That's where you want to be. So starting up front, running up front, that's what you want. And you did a great job tonight coming on P3. I'm going to give you the mic. Let you thank anybody that might be watching out there, any sponsors you have to thank.
Yeah, I just think FTSR having a good league here. That was awesome race. No, not too many yellows, and for Michigan, and I drive Biggie's team. Thank Biggie and mainly FTSR's.
All right, well, there's your third place finisher tonight. The 8 of Lane Allen coming on P3. Good solid finish for him, and wishing he had just a little bit more time to maybe inch in on the 19 of Coy. But between him and Coy, tonight's second place finisher finally had a good, strong, solid, stable, I guess, night. No drama, no nothing. The night, the 31 of Jeff Chandler coming home P2. Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you, man. I sure appreciate it. And there was drama. I have COVID, and I am wore out. I feel like I actually ran a real race.
Oh my goodness! Well, we heard you were under the weather. Doyle did tell us you were under the weather, but man, I guess some of the best medicine might be getting in the race car, because you really performed really well tonight, and were able to get lane at the very end there. I'm going to pass it on to Tawny. Tawny, take it away.
Well, hearing you there, you have COVID. Considering I had a couple weeks ago too, it's a hell of a feat finishing second place. So yeah, how are you feeling now? I mean, are you a little better, a little more energized?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm a tick better for sure. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while since I had a good run on something other than a plate track. So maybe it's the beginning of something. I'm just gonna keep working at it.
Well, we're not going to hold you too long, but I did want to ask you. Lane made the comment that with Ben Tracy getting between you guys and the 19, kind of pushed Richie out of touch, out of reach a little bit. Do you think that was the difference as far as being able to catch him? And it looked like him and the 35 kind of worked together and kind of pulled away from you guys. I know you guys were probably trying to save a little bit of tire, but it kind of was that the kind of nail in the coffin there?
Well, that and I short fueled. I didn't put quite as much in there as I was trying to, just trying to balance out the tire situation I had, and I shorted it a little bit. So I was running in fifth gear that whole last run until the last 5 laps, and then I actually was making up a little bit on it, but I wasn't going to catch him.
Well, a little play on words here, Jeff, and I don't know if you've got this, but you could almost taste victory there. I don't know if you could taste anything right now. Usually with COVID, you kind of lose that. I don't know if you're struggling with that, but a little bit, I just had to throw that in there. But anyway, man, congratulations, second place. I'm going to hand you the mic, let you throw out your thanks to your sponsors. I know you got one person at least in chat watching you guys tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely Doyle. I mean, he's. I mean, I've said a lot about him, but sometimes it doesn't feel like enough. He's just a great friend. I mean, it goes far beyond iRacing, and he just takes care of me and my paints, and he supports me, and it's been a good friendship, and just one day we're gonna get together and have a beer together. That's what we're kind of betting on. But definitely thanks to Victory Fuel and all the FTSR partners. Huge thanks to our series sponsor, Mach-1 Performance, and appreciate Shane and Nathan. Nathan, we don't know where he was tonight, so me and Shane worked on it a little bit this week, as much as I could get on and race. And you know, we had a decent piece, but it was a bot set, and it performed good enough to get me close.
All right. Well, again, congratulations. Hope you get to feeling better, man. Take it easy. You got a week before we get back to racing. I think where we end up at Daytona, so maybe it's not too stressful, you know, as far as Daytona goes, as far as work for Daytona. But get it feeling better, and hope to see you next week.
Man, thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys. See ya.
All right, there's your second place finisher, Jeff Chandler, coming home P2, struggling with the unmentionable.
Yes.
You know,
yeah, we should not talk about it.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. He's sick.
Yeah, he's definitely sick. You could tell, man. And honestly, some of the best medicine, like I said, is Renegade like that. So it's funny how you can kind of focus a little bit more when you're in the seat and under the weather. But
if you can work yourself up to do it, sure. Yeah, that's hard to do. Hey, kudos to him. Great run.
So definitely a feat there. But the guy that finished a little bit higher than everybody else finally gets the monkey off his back, as Tony said. The 19 of Richie Coy, bringing home for Victory Fuel into Victory Lane at Michigan. Richie, congratulations.
Thank you, Brody. Appreciate it. Yeah, finally got to walk down that aisle tonight, Tony.
Yes, I saw it. Nice, a hell of a job tonight.
Well, look, we saw you come out of the pits there with the 8 and the 31 right behind you. We were talking about how the 35 was there. You guys kind of worked together, kind of pulled out a little bit of a lead there at the end. And that was the end of the race. You could talk about that. But I kind of want to talk about the beginning of the race, because, boy, was it active about everywhere the 19 car was. It seemed like it was a little chaotic to begin with.
I honestly still don't even know what happened to me that one time, but I was I don't know, I was okay in the beginning of the race. The car was a little loose, and I was a little worried that it was going to be like that the whole race. But I made a change, and then the caution came out, and I flipped the stage, and I'm like, all right, let me go get the tires now. There's only 10 laps to go. I'll go back out. Hopefully, I can go back up. I mean, I only came out like 11th or 12th. And we get the green flag. We go on the backstretch. All of a sudden, I'm getting door slammed by somebody. I don't even know who it was. I fell all the way back to 13th. That didn't work out. Then I had 24 seconds of damage that I got fixed um, at the stage caution. I didn't take tires in case I needed them later. And dude, it was just like everywhere I went, there was just cars just racing everywhere. It was crazy. What a race.
Well, I know you were one of the only ones, too, running that very, very bottom lane. I know Jeff, I think, was trying it a little bit. You were running right around the bottom. Was that something you tried in practice? Because it seemed like everybody else was running kind of a traditional line at Michigan, which is kind of the second lane. You were right on the bottom there.
So I actually, for the first time in a long time, spent some time actually practicing this track. And I went and talked to my crew chief, and debate consensus was in 3 and 4, stay in the bottom. If you get up top on 3 and 4, you're going to burn that right front off more. So let them do whatever they want to do up there. Stay in the bottom, stay patient, and it will end up at the end of the run working out for you. I was a little bit higher in 1 and 2 because it was kind of like the same thing. If you got on the bottom in 1 and 2, I'd get a little bit too loose and I'd lose momentum. So I was staying right above the first scene. But in 3 and 4, right around that yellow line, man, and it worked. It was awesome.
All right, Tony, I'm going to hand it to you. I'm sure you got some things to say to this man.
I'm just curious to know how you're able to get that car hooked up as well as you did on the low line when everybody else is running a groove or two up in the track, and you stayed low this entire race. And I don't know, were you getting a lot of help from your teammates?
Well, I gotta put a shout out to my teammates, because, like I said, I talked to my crew chief, and he went over and talked to their crew chiefs, and they had a lot of input into the setup tonight. So it was a group effort for sure.
Listen, I can tell you, in this car, the safest place for this car for me is in the hauler. So we always leave it in the hauler when we show up.
That's right. But no, I mean, you had a hell of a run tonight, especially, like you say, on the low line. A lot of times during the race, especially when you're burning up through the field, you stayed low and were making passes, and it was like go, go, go. And you were the only one that seemed like could really keep that thing down low and moving forward. So I'm just curious, any strategy behind it, or You're
Well,
just used to it.
that was the strategy, was to stay low when everybody else. I mean, it was so one of the things that it allows to stand on a low line is you float in the corner. So I was lifting pretty early, letting it float down to the bottom, letting it rotate around the bottom, and then getting it on again, getting on the gas again, where everybody else was barreling down into three, staying up high, and then barreling off the corner and just watching chunks of rubber fly off that right front. So it was all about saving tire. It was all about, keeping that right front and the right rear on the car towards the end of the race.
He was floating like a butterfly and stinging like when I pee. So you're doing a great job out there for sure. Coming on P1, man, congratulations. You ended up in victory lane. Third win of the season as well, or third win of the year. That's first win of the season. We're not getting the monkey off your back, but third win, setting you up well for the playoffs. Again, congratulations here tonight at Michigan. We're going to hand you the mic though and let you do your sponsor things, and thank anybody out there that's watching.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, finally got that monkey off the back for season B, just for time to start the playoffs. So hopefully we can get on a little bit of a roll here. But I got to thank Victory Fuel. Victory Fuel has been on board now for both seasons, and they're a great supporter. Still waiting for my purple potion to get here to try it. Hopefully it'll be here in the next day or so I can have it on stream and try it. But thank you to Fury Motorsports and all my teammates for all their help this week. And thank you to the league. Thank you to the guys. We had a really good long run there at the end. So, I can't wait to go back and watch it and see all the action on the track. Thank you for you guys for stepping up again and, continuing the broadcast. I just actually watched Monday's back today from Richmond, and it was very entertaining. So hopefully this one is too. Thanks to Tony's mom and dad for always watching, and that's it. That's everyone.
Well, I can't wait for you to get your free 4-pack of Victory Fuel for winning tonight's race. So the league's going to do you well there. Looking forward to hearing how the purple potion is, really, though, to be honest with you.
I can't wait to try it, but I'm gonna we got to get all those 4-packs and stuff out at the end of the season here for all the winners during the season. So I'll just keep the 4 for me.
Well, I'm just kidding. Hey, congratulations again tonight. Good win, and we'll see you next week at Daytona.
Yay! All right, guys. Good night.
Tonight's winner, the 19 of Richie Coy, bringing it home into Victory Fuel Ford for the Mach-1 Performance Cup Series. And Tony, this is the last time, at least on Mondays for right now, that we will say Mach-1 Performance for the sponsor, as it is shifting over to Victory Fuel. Will be the Victory Fuel Cup Series starting next week at Daytona. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to having them on board.
Yeah, new sponsor is good, but we can't, obviously discounted the old sponsor. It's just moving over to another series, and Mach-1 has been a great sponsor, and now we got Victory Fuel on Mondays, which it kind of feels right. So it's going to be great next season.
Also want to send out a congratulations to Nate Biggert on winning the B Season Championship. Richie did win the race tonight. Unfortunately, Nate not able to make the race, but still clinches the championship after last week's performance. So congratulations to Nate Biggert as well in the 01. And just looking forward to it. Hey, Tony, we get to do it again next season for another 12 races starting at Daytona next week. Looking forward to having it. What do you think we see in C season here?
Well, it's tough to say. Probably a lot of the same, to be quite honest with you, but maybe we're going to see some new faces show up, and maybe another few guys in victory lane. We got some strong guys that had a decent run here towards the end of the season, and we might see a little shakeups. We got Lane Allens, we got the Jamie Knopps out there, and starting to knock on the door. Richie gets his first win, so in this season. So maybe we're going to see more of that. Anything goes. New season. New fun.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what new storylines we end up with in C season. See some new names maybe up front, some new faces, new people to talk to. But we all start that next Monday night at 9 p.m. at Daytona for the C season. The Victory Fuel Cup Series starts at a nice, exciting track at Daytona. Looking forward to it. But we'll be here next Monday night, 9 p.m. Me and Tony will be bringing you the action here on Full Throttle Television. Tune in then. But for Tony Solari and everybody at Full Throttle Television, for FTSR and for Mach-1 Performance, this has been the Mach-1 Performance Cup Series from Michigan. And we'll see you next week at Daytona.